Jager Dave, everyone. Today I wanted to start our video with an exercise that I actually used to do with my high school students many years ago. I want you to find something you can write on. A piece of paper, back of a napkin, your friend's t-shirt, and write 2 sentences. The first sentence, I want you to write a sentence that starts with the words I can't. I can't ride a bike, I can't swim, I can't buy a new car, whatever. In the second sentence, I want you to write a sentence that starts with I have to. I have to clean the kitchen. I have to shovel the snow. I have to make dinner. Now I want you to cross out the words have to and replace them with choose to. I choose to clean the kitchen. I choose to make dinner. I choose to shovel the snow. And on top of the words, cross out can't and write choose not to. I choose not to dance. I choose not to swim. I choose not to buy a new car. Now take a minute just to absorb the effect of changing your language around those concepts. Notice what happens when you change your language from I have to and I can't to I choose to and I choose not to. We have a lot of choices. We make a lot of subconscious choices in the way that we spend our time and our money and our energy. Now, I want you to know this exercise isn't actually my own. This exercise comes from Lou Ann Johnson in her book, Teaching Outside the Box. If you ever saw the movie Dangerous Minds back in the 90s, that was based on her life. She was an inner city high school teacher. So what does all of this have to do with art of living? Those of you who've been around my channel for a while, you know that I usually talk about breath work, meditation, yoga, the benefits of all of those things for the brain, the body, our stress levels, our hormones. So you might be wondering, well, what does this have to do with art of living? Well, what it has to do with art of living is that when I speak to people about these various things, whether it's their daily, regular, consistent practices, doing their Sahaj Samadhi meditation, doing their Kriya, or whether it's taking an art of living course, signing up for an art of living silent retreat, for example. These are 2 things I hear people say a lot. They'll say to me, oh, I can't do my Kriya in the morning because I have to make my kids breakfast, for example. Or, oh, I can't sign up for that silent retreat because I can't afford it. Just to give you some examples. I hear these things a lot. I can't because I have to. So let's dial that back and think about that for a minute. What if those people really thought about it for a minute and said to themselves, I am choosing not to do my morning Kriya because I'm choosing to make my kids breakfast. Or I'm choosing not to sign up for a silent retreat because I'm choosing to spend my money on other things. Kind of changes the way you feel about it, doesn't it? I'm choosing to do these things. And when we use that language, I'm choosing to, we increase our awareness about what's really happening in our lives. Things aren't just sort of happening to us. We're becoming a little bit more aware of the choices that we're making. Maybe I'm choosing to spend the money that I could spend on a silence course on taking my kids for a skiing weekend. Maybe I'm choosing to spend the time that I could be spending engaged in some kind of healthy activity. Maybe I'm choosing to spend that time watching TV. And when you realize that you're making these choices, it makes it a little bit more possible to evaluate whether we like those choices, whether those are the choices that we want to make. whether we're happy with those choices. Now, the next step, once you become aware of the fact that you are actually making a lot of choices in situations where maybe you didn't realize that you were making choices, the next step is to think about, are those choices in line with my values? And that's going to be the topic of my next YouTube video. So if you hit the subscribe button, you'll be sure to be notified when that one comes in. Jai Gurudev, everyone.